Your time with bitter people will just make you bitter and old and harder to be around for everyone else. And guess what? That's when your kids stop bringing the grandkids around. You know, that's when you find yourself a lonely old man or a lonely old woman, and then you go a little nutty and start spending too much time with the squirrels. I'm sure there are very nice people spending time with the squirrels. You know, so just don't surrender to the temptation that you're going to have of living with one of your children or grandchildren. You know, assuming you have the financial wherewithal to have the ability to make that choice. You know, being surrounded by your family and kids and grandkids probably sounds really awesome, but we all need our privacy. They need their privacy. You need your privacy. And even then, you know, really only do so if you feel you really need the help or do not want to live by yourself at all. Some people just don't live well on their own. They need to be with someone, and that's fine too. But give it some thought. Don't just surrender to temptation. You know, keep your hobbies going. Don't abandon those. If you don't have any hobbies, create new ones. You know, you could do whatever you want. Radio-controlled drones or jet skis or fishing, travel, hiking, cooking, dancing, you know, whatever you want. Adopt a dog. Grow a garden. Play cards. You know, checkers, chess, blackjack, whatever you want, right? And get out of the house. Like the key here is get in motion. Things become what they are. Your body becomes its function. If your body is walking every day and moving around, it will be healthy enough to do so. If your body sits on the couch while you absorb bonbons and potato chips, you're not going to be with us for long, in which case you're listening to the wrong podcast anyway, right? So get out of the house. The important thing here is to basically leave the house from time to time, visit museums, friends, walk through a park, just get out, right? And when you encounter people, speak as articulately as you can, in courteous tones. And don't just complain or criticize too much, unless you just have something you've got to get off your chest. And then it's okay, right? Because we all have that. We've got to have somebody that's our sounding board. It may not be your significant other. It might be your best buddies or your girls, you know, whatever it is. And try your best to accept situations as they are. We've all been really tested with this COVID thing, right? What's going on with COVID? We've all been really put to the test, our thumbs in the thumb screws, to try to accept this situation. Because it doesn't matter how much money I or you throw at COVID and all the politics and the business around COVID itself, we're probably not going to change it. It's those level 33 stonemason guys, you know, the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates, those are the guys that are going to change this. You know, as you age, pain and discomfort are kind of going to go hand in hand with that, right? Try not to dwell on them. Accept them as part of your life. Maybe you can even make light of them. You know, for me right now, I'm not old, but my back goes out easily. You know, I served in the military as a young man and injured my back and my knees. Both my knees have had surgery. My back hasn't, and I'm avoiding that because usually that doesn't go well. But, you know, I have to go and have my back gone over by a Bowen practitioner. If you've never tried it, you got to check it out, Bowen. It's like a massage that's very in touch with what's going on. It works when no other doctor, specialist, or medicine does. Now, other people, right? You're going to have people that offend you. Not that we're the easy to offend people, but, right, if you've been offended, just forgive them and let it go. You know, don't plot the next retaliation. And if you offended somebody, just apologize. Don't drag that shit around. You don't need resentment with you. It only serves to make you more sad and more bitter. It doesn't matter who is right, because there is no right. Someone once said holding a grudge is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. I believe that. You know, I really didn't understand that when I forgive somebody, it's not for them. It's for me. It liberates me from whatever crap transpired between us, whether I caused it or they caused it. It just lets go. And as a young man, you can imagine a young soldier full of piss and vinegar, all ego, like 110% ego. That was not easy. That's wisdom that comes from having a few years on the planet. You know, so forgive, forget, move on with your life, move on to whatever the next thing is that makes you happy, right? And find places that make you happy. Find people that make you happy. Laugh away your worries. You are one of the lucky ones. You've managed to have a life, and a pretty long one. Many don't get to this age, never get to experience a full life. I started losing friends right after high school. Friends to cancer, friends to vehicle accidents, friends in the military, and everything in between. And, my son said, geez, Dad, you turned 50. You're getting pretty old. And I said, yeah, but you know what? I feel like I'm winning. And I don't mean feel like I'm winning just because I have a really good quality of life, but because I'm surrounded by people that love me, people that I love to help in every way that I can. I've got a daughter heading off to university this next semester that's coming up. And even though I think the first semester she'll be doing online because the classrooms won't be active, we've got her a nice place of her own. It's very exciting. We're moving her in a couple of weeks up there. And I get to watch her, go through that. I have an older daughter who's given me a granddaughter, and my oldest daughter is wonderful at sales, and I've loved helping her become the top salesperson at every place she goes, whether it was a shoe store or a Harley-Davidson dealership, and then top salesperson at a Mazda dealership, and now BMW is headhunting her, which works out nice because I'm ready for another BMW. So that might work out all right. But I'm surrounded with these people whose lives I'm experiencing through my own eyes, through the optics of my own eyes. And they're people I love. And I have the most wonderful wife anybody could ever have. I think we've known each other for millions of years. I'm glad we found each other in this life, and I really hope we do in the next one. I'm not on to the next one yet. Like I said, I didn't turn 50 all that long ago. But I hope some of these words that I've shared with you here are of value to you. And if they're of value to you, I hope you find someone that you can share them with. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. I've gone way past the 10 minutes here, but this is kind of an important piece. I'm trying to move with what you guys are asking me to move to. So if you have a question, go to www.theroncast.com and just hit contact and shoot me over whatever questions you have, and I'll get to them. Other than that, we're on to Wednesday afternoon here, just outside beautiful Toronto in Ontario, Canada. I'm your host, Ron Davies. This is the Roncast. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
That's it for this episode of the Roncast. Be sure to subscribe and tune in again for killer tips, techniques, and tools to growth hack any business. We hope you've enjoyed the show.